slow to react, slow to kind of think of things on the fly in previous series here at First Strike. That's going to be a key factor. Obviously, with SUMN attacking first, I'm expecting fast executions here.
I do want to highlight, though, looking at Heretics today, their fundamentals look good. Obviously, it's quite easy to look good in like a 13-1. But their fundamentals are in place. Now, we are seeing the double Viper coming out. We're going to have some fun with this. And again, this is one of the first times I'll ever get to cast. Icebox is the first real look we've had in Europe of this. It was in one of the map pools before, but it never got there. So let's see what the play is. This is everyone learning together. What is the intention? You can already see one of those walls invested by AvovA and the first bit of contact getting made.
And nieSoW actually finding a kill elsewhere, but nothing actually coming down that B lane initially. nieSoW, I'm not sure, I guess one of these long angles over on the A site, and he's actually the only one over here, so a key anchor role here for nieSoW to hold down this side of the map, and finding the kill already is huge for him.
Yeah, and I saw the wall that came out from Mistic. It's very like the one. It's very similar to the one we saw actually in a couple of the previous games in other regions. Coming out, it just gives you a good step towards mid control, which is normally a big point of focus. But Boaster feeling a little bold here, going kind of under the cubby, looking for it. Going to hear the Jett, going to hear everything that's going on here, and this is going to be now Heretics peeling away a little, giving up some territory, but they were fighting for that B long control initially.
Yeah, nukkye backing all the way up, get that heal out of loWel. Now actually, nukkye hunting elsewhere. Maybe going to look towards mid. Boaster with a line up here. We'll have to get the verdict from Jonas if we do see much Sova action this time around. I imagine there is some cheese that these guys have got lined up. But Boaster's still poised towards the B site. And the rest of SUMN actually coming back this way now. So just maybe waiting on a rotation out. But the thing is, Heretics haven't.
Yeah, but look at the Jett play from nukkye in mid. He's got so much information. They've been able to 3-play stack towards B. This is a little scary now if you're SUMN. You're walking into a stack and they have no idea of it. They've left it so late on the clock. It's down to 15 seconds. Yes, the wall's there. It will give you some control, but pAura getting a little ahead of himself. And now down in towards the final throes of it. The spike does get planted. Boaster holds on for now. loWel, though, going to make an appearance. Looks for one, doesn't find him, but nieSoW does. Good trades and a touch on the spike. You can see the damage gets done. loWel has to back away. Now, where is that other player coming in on that retake? tsack is still lingering around as well. nieSoW back on the spike. You can see the damage now ticking away. Doesn't have to get off it just yet. Gets it to halfway, and now tsack left in a 1v2. Let's see his perspective here. See what he does about this one. He will have to commit eventually, and it's going to be right now. The diffuser's coming in. He has to stop it, and he can't. loWel keeps them safe, and the first on the board for Heretics.
Really good stuff. Heretics don't bow to the pressure at all. They default to that kind of play style we've seen now, which is that slow, progressive, wait to react off this information. The only thing was pAura a bit very early there from the push, and the execution was clean. The utility lineups, you can see already that preparation factor we've talked about for SUMN FC. Recon Bolt goes over, the Viper utility goes over, the Sage utility goes over, all synergized to the same. The hit was really, really good. The one thing is Heretics peeled so far back to get that Sage heal. They gave up the site and opted for the retake, and it was clean.
Toxins going up.
Buys for both sides now. Actually, not necessarily mirrored, but very close too. We do see at least a Marshall out for nukkye. I want to see how that gets utilized. Very similar wall coming out from the defending side too. Not seeing that invested just yet, but the attack is very, I guess, characterized A-piece coming through. It's looking brawly for now. nieSoW still holds the ground. Going to peel away slightly, but pAura's found one. That's Mo gone, and nieSoW now gets a clean fight, a 1v1. No trades! Where are the trades going? Heretics are running rampant here. Oh, SUMN, you better have more up your sleeve than this, because at the moment, Heretics look ready for this. tsack's now available, though. He's going to isolate pAura. Trade comes in from nieSoW, not allowing that kill to go unanswered. As now Mistic, a 1v3, surrounded, spotted, noted, tagged, dead. AvovA gonna do it, and Heretics now doubling down. That was a buy back in for SUMN.
Yeah, it wasn't a really fast hit based on they want to put those SMGs to work immediately in the early round. The thing is, this position here from doma, you were talking about the lack of the trade there. As soon as nieSoW gets back up to top site, it's so difficult. If he gets a kill, you cannot trade that from the position doma's playing.
And again, we don't know the depth of Heretics here. We know that SUMN have gone to this as a map that they feel more comfortable on than Ascent. That's all we know. This is very much us coming in blind as well. We're kind of learning how this looks and who looks better. I've got to say the fundamentals, again, for Heretics, the trading, the early map control, the wall coming out from AvovA, it all makes perfect sense. We do see the wall back, but it is a very similar A-piece coming out. Everyone's there, full stack. You're going to see nieSoW backing away from... Oh, Boaster. Got to feel bad.
Not like this.
Yeah, not like this at all. Hopefully they get a spike plant and a pick. That's what you're kind of looking for. They do have sheriffs. A little bit of armor for doma as well. It is a light investment. It's not a full one, but you do want something for this.
nieSoW again finding value from the high ground. pAura bombing the turret up top. loWel follows up with the Spectre. A nice headshot from Mo, but the damage fall off means he won't find the kill for that one. The zipline play comes through. They're trying to swarm him now. Mo gonna fall all the way back here. The Prime Gaming flawless from Team Heretics will put 3 on the board for them now.
Okay, for SUMN, it's got to be looking towards that gun round. That has to be the bounce back point because keep in mind, this is their map and momentum is a thing. Confidence is a thing. And they have been beaten down on the first map, but you can chalk that up to, hey, we don't play that map. That's not ours, don't worry. Next map, we're fine. You come in, you go down 0-3. That mentality is going to be brought into question. But here is this purchase. This is where it has to change for SUMN.
Yeah, I want to see them do something with this wall throughout mid. Again, it blocks off that boiler spot. It obviously cuts the tube in half as well. Maybe a little bit of mid presence is something that someone are waiting to show. The wall goes up. That's nice. I like that updraft. It's going to give him a dirty angle over the top of tube.
They have been sweating it. You can see SUMN know their angles, but AvovA gets a little bit of fire and he's like, you know what, I don't need to peek this. As nukkye's already found Mistic. Where has he got that from? That was just a nice little angle he's been able to create for himself. And nieSoW very much up for the fight as well. We're seeing a defensive side opting to take the fight in middle, unafraid, but doma does do the damage. AvovA now being caught up does open up a chance towards the site. Looking towards B, there are 2 players here, almost 3. The attacking side does have good ground, though. Finally, things are falling into the place. loWel, though, looks unfazed by the ultimate. He's just dodging it like it's easy.
nieSoW tucked actually under the box. nieSoW will find one. tsack trades back onto pAura. Now the Cloudburst holding off this line of sight. Actually, it drops and Mo will fall as well. The showstopper pulled out now.
Spike's going.
Try and convert
They're
something,
off.
but like you said, Spike's elsewhere.
Nice work from SUMN. This is a very good call. Every single player for Heretics was left towards B, so a really good shout from them. I do want to see maybe a good post plant for tsack. I want to see him try and get involved. Maybe wrap around mid or something. I love to see some creativity, but that's bold.
Well, this is the thing. They have such deep control now with A, with the lack of presence from Heretics. Obviously, everything coming over to the B site. And that one spot that you saw tsack in has been the downfall for SUMN FC so far on these A hits.
Okay, let's watch this retake go down now. Spike is planted. And there's that mid lurk. That's what I wanted to see come out from tsack. I do worry that the timing might be a little dangerous, but he's going to cut it short and just kind of take his time, still saying, kind of staying around a supportive place for Boaster. Caution being shown, but Heretics, the time's ticking. You've got to get a move on now. They've got to find these fights and find them clean. Nothing being presented. Boaster boys are taking their time. They're playing patient, and they make their presence noted at just the right time. loWel knows this one's done for. Good answer from SUMN.
Good thing there from him as well, tsack. I'm not sure if you saw the nano swarm flying over again. They've got a little bit of a lineup for the post plant there. So I love the fact that tsack drifts all the way through the defender's spawn, clears out that back boiler position, knows there's no threat. They can set up accordingly.
Finally, SUMN breaking a little bit of a troubling time for themselves. That is great for the confidence. And I love the fact they disengaged away from the site. They had too much of a contestant on the other side. Went, right, we know they're both here. Let's take our time. We still have time on the board to work with. Op just came out. I think that's with nukkye. Oh, okay. Here we go. loWel's going to get close. Already he's dead. Boaster expecting it or just really going through the motions. Excellent work from Boaster to keep mind of that.
Toxins going up.
How does the attacking side take this? They've got that entry pick. It's isolated AvovA, feeling very much alone and under pressure now. Yeah, he's called for support, but this doesn't mean they have to commit to this SUMN. They've got the first pick. They're going to cause rotations. They can exploit that A will be potentially light here.
Yeah, pAura coming over to this side. Oh my word, if he swings on this. Actually, Boaster going to catch him off guard a little bit there, and you can see this B hit once again. The utility going over the top. Boaster waiting for this lineup, but AvovA now needs to hold the line for Heretics.
Okay, that's one, but he needs a little more if he wants to stop that. He doesn't. Boaster is doing everything for his side right now. Trying to hold on. The op spin picked up. That's with doma and loWel and nieSoW. On the playback in nieSoW, just a little quiet. Gives away the game now. Position noted as loWel's going to try and get that Sage to feel a little uncomfortable on the beat. doma, quick as lightning, takes him down, and nieSoW now left in a 1v4. Not going to happen. SUMN get into the swing of things here.
And do you know what? Really, really good post-plant setup there from SUMN. Multiple angles, using that verticality that we know is so important on this map. Really, really good stuff from SUMN. Again, what I like is, again, pAura comes over, maybe gives a little too much away on the defensive side, but SUMN collapse immediately.
I like the punishment of the early aggression.
Yes.
That is the first time we've really seen SUMN being able to create that space, and it was off the back of Boaster doing it.
And actually, it's the first time we've seen Heretics really overextend. We know how deep they like to play and wait for the enemy team to make a move. And there, nukkye may be feeling himself a little bit, so I'm all right with it.
Hey, give it a crack. You have the advantage. You've got that map in the pocket. And it looks like they're going to try and pressure a little bit more. AvovA, very bold here. No quietness to this. Okay, regaining. And for now, we're seeing someone being very patient. Now, the purchase coming up from the Heretics, quite light. We still have the SMGs, a bit of armor behind it, so it's not without a little bit of bite to the bark, I guess you could say. And Heretics still probing for information. Now, for now, I want to say that SUMN is still holding this default to see if any of this happens, but nukkye's still looking for that timing. Oh, nukkye! Beheading Mistic! Bounces out. That man just styled on him, but a quick trade for Boaster. Rez comes up. No harm, no foul for now.
Actually, nukkye popping his Blade Storm elsewhere. The Hunter's Fury invested now. Back over to Mick, gets the first tag. Doesn't land the second now. He's got to be careful if he doesn't get caught off guard behind yellow. Actually, Heretics pivoting all the way back over towards mid, whereas SUMN actually bringing the spike over towards B. And this hit again. Look at the lineups.
I'm looking at it coming down to Killjoy holding that mid flank, it looks like. tsack might be tasked with it, but they're still so cautious getting towards B. 30 seconds on the board here. AvovA committing on the angle, but it's Boaster to control it. And yeah, this retake's now looking a little teethless. loWel, nieSoW, nukkye, they've done the damage. They did great, but they're getting nothing much more for this. Already Spike surely going down now. Yeah, nukkye not being given much. nieSoW's found one. Boaster again. Boaster doing everything for his side at the moment, and Heretics is still trying to make this competitive. How is this a 2v2?
I don't know, but tsack actually playing very deep towards B lane.
Oh, the investment of the ult. That's big. They need this round. You can see the commitment towards it, but loWel now still looking forward. Time is starting to tick, though.
You've got to make a move. You've got to assume tsack's got to line up from that spot right there. And actually, Mistic going to find nieSoW. Just going for the defuse, whether he's going to try and stick this. Obviously, HP diminishing rapidly, and tsack picks up the easiest one. 10 HP left on loWel, not much to do there. Really good utility usage once again from SUMN to absolutely lock Heretics out of that.
Now, keep in mind, that was a light purchase for Heretics. This was Sheriff's. I want to say a half buy almost.
I said he might be feeling himself. It looks as if he is.
Yeah, it was a half buy coming out, and you can see what you can do with that. Sheriff or two does pretty well. I don't know how nukkye's money's going to look at this point, though, because we have seen him kind of toying with the op coming out earlier on. And on the other side for SUMN, again, they have been kept humble. That bank isn't completely flush. tsack, though, is looking pretty comfy with the cash. Mistic the same. So they should be in a good enough position going forward.
Swarm grenade out.
A little bit of a lineup here from tsack early game as well. And then Swarm nukkye again. You can see actually SUMN pivoting onto that presence from the previous round. Boaster actually going to get caught off guard here. Doma swings wide, finds it as well.
There's that trade out. nukkye's happy to offer himself up for these sort of fights. Mid is a huge gateway in this map, but we haven't seen SUMN really running it that much. They have been way more site-focused, but I like seeing this Viper lingering up towards those B halls, that B rotation, so they have information, free information too. Heretics could start looking towards A as a bit of a stack here. Doma now being noted. Yeah, this gives away the game, but the spike is pretty close to the site here.
Well, the interesting thing is actually nieSoW now drifting back over. loWel going to find that revive in mid, and that's going to give some information over to SUMN of where two players are located, but keep your eye on pAura. He is tucked deep in this site here. Looks like they're going to clear it, but the wall goes up. Oh my word. pAura actually able to survive on this one.
Okay, pAura's still alive, but for how long? Plant comes in, you can see everyone looking this way. Going to be a little tricky. Is that the ultimate committed? It is, but potentially for both sides. Mo! Big swing from Mo. nieSoW goes down, gets himself out of danger as well. Backs away and keeps life in the pockets of SUMN for now. 4v4 though, and the damage is there, but there we go. One player detained to none. pAura playing it right back in. That spike is still ticking.
The counter lockdown actually pushed Heretics all the way out of this one, so I love the response. tsack finds nukkye, Doma finds pAura now, trades back and forth, and actually AvovA going to go and try and stick this.
He's holding it, but there we go. Oh, he finds Mo. He touches back on the spike as well. He's looking for more players who would dare go in, but time is ticking. AvovA, he's holding it down, but Mistic keeps it in check. SUMN keeping the game just in their favor.
The timing was so unfortunate for AvovA there. Again, he just looked over to the right. Again, we know Viper can see a little bit deeper inside her ult. And actually, very, very unlucky not to find that one. A good response from Heretics. It was actually the counter lockdown that pretty much forced them all the way out of that. Again, in that A site, there's so many cubbies as well. And if you can get deep enough to plant that lockdown, it can block off the entirety.
I would like to see a timeout being played into this, hopefully. Tactically, I'd like for Heretics almost. Maybe not this round, because they are on a bit of a eco-ish round, a slight purchase. It's really not much. But to maybe get their head around what SUMN are doing, if this is a map that they don't often play, if it's not in their wheelhouse, being able to talk through this would be incredibly useful.
Yeah, and one thing to note here, obviously, SUMN, we're talking about that mid-wall, and I said that I'd like to see a play off the back of it. But that's a massive conditioning factor. Time and time again, if they're not able to get those sight lines from Boiler, they're not really getting any presence shown in mid, no information from that. A little bit of entertainment in the break. Thank you for that, observers.
Okay, so it is just a quick tech pause. It is not tactical, don't worry. We'll let you know when it is. They just want to get things sorted out. I think it's SUMN just going through, you know, just a couple of bits and pieces. So hopefully everything gets righted, but you obviously don't want to mess around in these games. You want everything to be tickety-boo. So looking at Heretics, though, I
think he's trying to learn a new lineup here, Lauren.
I think he just likes playing catch. It's like, have you played...
no, he's concentrating. Look, he's learning right now.
Nah. Have you played Phasmophobia yet?
Of course.
Honestly, the basketball is literally my favorite thing.
Oh, yeah. What's your score right now?
I got up to 666 and I stopped.
1300.
Oh, no. Someone help him. But yeah, this will just be a quick little tech. Hopefully that gets fixed up. But I do want to say overall, considering this is a map that we haven't seen Heretics play, this is not a bad performance yet. Again, attacking side is still quite tricky to make work, and we are seeing that SUMN know exactly what to do on that. So it does seem as though it's far more comfortable, but I don't know what the marker of success is here. We don't know, okay, a professional or high tier level, what is the side bias looking like?
I'm thinking into the future. I'm thinking second half here.
Okay.
Obviously, SUMN go to defense. I'm thinking back to Bind, and again, a lot of what they prepared relied on the enemy team kind of giving something up, right? They were playing very deep with these setups. Again, thinking about that teleporter in the A short with the Viper utility. Heretics haven't really leaned towards that play style.
No.
Again, we know they like to sit deep and they like to react. So I'm wondering really if SUMN have any of these defensive executions. We saw a little hint of on Ascent, but we know how that played out.
Yeah, I do say that this map, though, defensively, you do need a bit of information. Considering how long the rotations are, it is very tricky, and especially with mid being such a pivotal area to cut those rotations off, you would like that early info. But, as we've seen for now, SUMN are punishing that. AvovA's been getting away every now and then with it, but mostly Boaster's kept him in check. So the little jump peek there from AvovA. Doesn't want to overcommit towards it, takes a touch of damage, but will fall away. So somewhat information garnered, and maybe a missed call here coming out from Heretics. Going to stack towards B, but that spike is creeping towards middle. Who is going to be on the other side of this? It's nieSoW with that frenzy. Up close personal, 12 bullets, but yeah, nice little pick. Oh, no! That could have been huge for Boaster! How did he just save the day then?
There was three of them stacked up. It seemed to just go right in between them. It did a lot of damage to doma, but obviously on that Sage is able to heal back up, and that's going to give A control over to SUMN now. They're wary of more presence here from Heretics, but as we can see on the minimap, all four locked over to B side.
Yeah, this is nice from SUMN. Good little adjustment. I like Mo's off angle there towards middle. He should be able to catch a few potentially. Yep. Gets pAura. Different bit of a plant coming in, no problem. This is all perfectly fine.
I can't believe that. That's a Raze main's dream right there. Peeking, finding three, but just nothing. Absolutely nothing off that showstopper.
It can sting. It definitely does sting. We are going to be looking towards those final three players for Heretics, see if they can do any damage. Obviously for SUMN, you are going to be wanting to keep those rifles safely in your pockets, and they are for now. Well, going to be noted. Nice little angle for Jack there. Going to be keeping himself safe, and I like this discipline being shown from SUMN.
Yep.
And a flawless round to boot, a prime gaming one at that. That is exactly what you want to be seeing in these rounds, is a good anti-eco. Yeah,
again, and do you know what? It's the discipline factor, buddy, enough that we saw them try to pull off on Ascent, but actually on the flip side of that was Heretics just having a couple of individuals that were just landing shots time and time again, and it's that trade that was coming in from Heretics.
30 seconds
this is Mo in that spot we're talking about. But again, love this. Gets the kill, backs up, peels away, absolute safety play.
Yeah, and that's what you want. You do not want any danger. They're allowing no threats to build for Heretics, which is perfect. We know what Heretics can get like. Now for them, though, the scoreline can get a little bit scary at this point. 3 rounds is okay, but it's definitely not enough to play with at this point. You want more pAura up on the ult this time. Yeah, this is a very deep push, and nukkye's found doma. Hold your horses. That's a clean pick and no trade off the back.
Yeah, turret going to give the information away of nieSoW's position, but pAura... that overlook spot now.
I want to see when nukkye pushes this.
Yeah, I mean he's tucked all the way down through shoot. Actually, Mistic all the way back in spawn, going to find that one. So nukkye may be getting a little overzealous there after that first blood.
Yeah, that will call in the Killjoy to now have to take up the position towards
Boaster.
mid. loWel gets found, not necessarily for free. Boaster does get around it. AvovA's still here, but they know that AvovA's been playing this side. Good shoulder peek to clear as you go. Boaster going to pop the ult to clear it out as well. This is very well played from SUMN. Methodical on approach. Boaster now cresting the corner. pAura's made presence noted. Boaster bangs out AvovA, and Heretics down to 2 now. Oh, they're backing again.
Again, yeah. I mean, this is actually textbook from SUMN, drawing this rotation out. Time and time again. Actually, pAura might catch one on the cross, but he actually misses both shots there, unfortunately, with the operator. A rare miss from this young man. Oh, Mistic actually creeping back over towards it. pAura going to find that one. Now maybe rethink his approach. Spike's still not gone down, so a lot of time here for Heretics. Not so much on the side of SUMN FC. 11 seconds left on the clock here. nieSoW trying to find something to stop the Spike from going down.
They're both on the side, which is a problem. This opens up a chance. Boaster again. Boaster is refusing to lose at this point. I've got to say, when Angel was popping off for his side for FPX, he was leading from the front. He was doing excellent work. He was stepping up for his side. And Boaster's been doing somewhat similar here. I said on map 1, it was a weaker performance from Boaster. Map 2, he's come out swinging. 15-5.
15-5, yeah. And look at him.
He knows it.
He's pumped up now. He's gassed. Love to see that. And again, maybe, you know, momentum is a bigger factor for someone once they're kind of backed into a corner. And I mean, Mitch made an interesting point. They kind of just roll over and die when they're losing a map. And now they're looking to get that confidence back. And a fast hit this time through. First time we've seen it from SUMN. Mo going to find pAura off the rip with the Blade Storm.
Toxin screen down.
Which made me think of Beyblades. Heretics are working, with a lot less here, so keep that in mind. They have 1 rifle, and if this gets taken... Wait, what? He gets 3? SUMN just walked into him. He was the only dangerous member of Heretics this round. They had everything else, and with the ultimate still up for nukkye, they've done the dirty. tsack is probably baffled, confused, frustrated. Oh... That is harsh to witness. Great play, of course. Keeping that rifle and picking up those 3 was excellent. But I felt that trade should have been there for SUMN.
They should have. I mean, it was 3 1-by-1s. nieSoW's done fantastically well. Take nothing away from that. But again, the confidence coming out in that early round. They got mid-control instantly. Look at this. First comes through. Boaster a little slow to react to it. But again, I think potentially Mo watching for that upper angle on backside. It's unfortunate. Again, it's a cheeky low angle from nieSoW, so can't take anything away from him.
No, and again, if you know Heretics by this point, we know that their individuals are pretty spicy. They are definitely good enough to pull off those moments. SUMN overall have looked substantially more consistent on this map, but there's still danger to be had. Keep in mind, this is a very, very early fight coming up between these two, but it's all a ruse. Look at the spike. Look at where the spike's going. pAura might get the information, but it might be a misread. Oh, tsack's just better right now. Even finds one towards mid, but now Viper, AvovA's going to call this. Hey, they're over B. There's no one at A. Get over here. I need help. Gets to see a shoulder. I thought the second could have come in, but Mo with an excellent trade and takes it further. Oh, nukkye's just about kept that one in, but the res comes out. Good investment, I feel, here. This retake could have gone dangerous, but what can nieSoW do about this? Not much. Maybe a little more than expected. Just about adjusts, pops the ult. Boaster again, the anti-Raze here.
That's a huge kill. nieSoW had them tunneled into that tight spot behind yellow and over towards B lane. Unfortunately, once again, not getting any value whatsoever off the showstopper. doma holding a deep off angle away from yellow. Gonna pick up nukkye. 7-4 the scoreline here. Going into the final round of this half, Lauren.
Yeah, and the scoreline can feel drastically different depending on where this round goes. 8 rounds looks pretty comfy, feels pretty good. Almost a double digits. But coming up against you 5, you're like, well, that's actually not a bad half considering they don't play this map as much. So again, we'll have to have a little look back and see, you know, how it ends up shaking up on this final one. But for me, this is good seeing a little bit of what made SUMN great in those previous series. I think we're getting a little bit of a reminder here. If some of you missed it, these guys, they have come to play on this map. But Heretics have not taken this laying down.
Again, I mean, actually, this is a good response initially from Heretics. Looking for this deep A site control, pushing all the way up. nieSoW once again tucking, trying to cause a nuisance for tsack on that Killjoy. But once again, a B lean here from SUMN FC, and loWel and AvovA in very, very close contact on lane.
AvovA's been having a hard time with this. That's going to help.
Yeah.
Ult goes up.
Lane.
Yep, that does exactly what you said. It cuts it off. It makes it very tricky to play through. So AvovA can kind of just chill this out. It will buy a lot of time.
See, SUMN not really bowing to it either. Heretics have invested nukkye over here as well, but they're not going to be able to find a kill off this. Just trying to clear some common angles. Maybe just get a beat on how Heretics is set up on this. Now, interestingly enough, you know, occasionally the Viper ult goes down and the team will sacrifice one and go over and stack the other side, just reading into the fact that maybe someone would come away from this. But
Ooh,
the lockdown goes down. It's going to give some space for Heretics behind yellow, though. That's going to be an interesting factor.
Yeah, AvovA, I wonder how he does this. How far does he have to fall away from low? Where did he just bail them out with 2 kills? Boaster and doma just got caught off. I think the angle above, yeah, loL just found them. Rez comes in, nukkye's back on his feet. SUMN with 3, but there's the Killjoy ults coming in. loL still standing, and it's just tsack and Mo. They have to back away from this for a second.
10 seconds left.
Consider their options because there's not many. 7 seconds left. They've got no time. Heretics weathered the storm this round. SUMN, yes, you can do some damage, but there's no plant coming in. There's no spike going down. And that one is going to be Heretics looking dangerous.
Really well drawn out map for, again, round for Heretics there. I'm not sure why SUMN didn't kind of peel away from that, because they allowed Heretics to run down the clock there. The Viper ult buying up so much time. The Sage wall goes down behind yellow. It doesn't force that push through from lane. Again, once they respond with the lockdown, it actually gave Heretics a very tight space to play from, but it allowed that rotation to come through because of all that time bought up.
On the side switch here, we might see Heretics hitting their limit. We don't know how much time they've had to kind of figure out this attacking side. This could be their downfall, where we saw someone looking quite diligent, I want to say. They looked very well prepared. They have some nice set pieces, some nice approaches. We don't know what Heretics have here.
No, it's going to, I mean, looking like it. nukkye going to try and assert some dominance in mid. You can see Boaster actually playing over on that boiler position, so got to be careful with that headshot angle. AvovA get tagged up pretty hard at the start, but he's going to get that heal from loL. Looking like they're just going to try and find an entry over towards B. Important the boombot got shut down there, because doma's actually tucked on the left side here, so Heretics going to have no clue about this.
And I love the play from Jett there to play this position in, just to kind of bait them to not clear this corner. And we'll see if AvovA is as clinical as expected. He has taken down Mo, but doma, it's all on you. That's 1, that's 2, that's a spike down, and a 3rd now noted. Oh, doma! 3 to start, the 4th evades, but he's done so much work.
Yeah, I mean,
it's a 2v2 still, though.
I was just about to say Heretics finding kills elsewhere. pAura finally responding with that one, but nukkye getting into the back lines and causing all sorts of trouble for SUMN.
Let's have a look at these post plants now. nukkye and pAura, the 2 here. Look at those different angles. That elevation going to come into effect. All that utility being put down does draw out a bit of information that Mistic got that kill. Hold on. pAura now having to do all of this. Looks for one, has to back away. New angle. Where can he go with this? Trying to play the time just perfect, but now isolated, forced away from what he wanted. Not on the spike just yet. Sees one, sees another. Mistic. So sharp in this.
Wow. I mean, nukkye did fantastically there for Heretics to get into the backlines. Again, we saw him at early round go over towards mid. He obviously crept through underneath the Chew, or maybe up to kitchen. Didn't quite see his angle of approach, but really good stuff initially from SUMN. Again, this play here from doma, and we were talking about how the Jett was baiting for it. And again, destroying that boombot, the information doesn't go over. It finds 3 here from this spot is absolutely huge in a pistol round.
Nice work from doma. Now, this is what we want to start seeing, though, is SUMN looking even better. This is where this should start striding ahead, because Heretics shouldn't have depth on this map. They should not have those kind of, the same sort of comfort level as we saw from SUMN. But we'll see what they have to offer us. We have no idea. We're coming in as blind as you are at home. There's very little to look at when it comes to Icebox in this sort of level of tier play. So, quite a treat to be had, and it looks like a very all-in piece so far, and the information seems to be found.
Yeah, I mean, as soon as that presence is shown, you can see Boaster and doma actually pivoting all the way back over here. A lot of utility invested initially here from Heretics to get access to the front of the site, but Mistic potentially going to tuck in here. Oh, Comping actually gave away 2 players over close side here, but nobody really biting just yet.
No, not yet, and they are so close to each other. All players barring one Jett on this side of the map. A is looking pretty lively.
Keep
Waiting
an eye over here.
Yeah, let's see if that Jett flank does come in at the right time. Timing is a big factor in this. It looks like they're aware there could be a flank as well, and no one's giving up anything. Mo's just holding the back, and that's a really good angle. He doesn't need to do any more. He has done his job. He's been a nuisance. He's stopped them peeling away, and he's now confirmed exactly what they're up to.
Yeah, the problem being, though, Boaster coming back all the way
30 seconds
into mid.
left.
AvovA trying to find something through to sight again. No kill coming through, but there you go. Mistic does open up the round finally with 23 seconds left on the clock. Mistic finds another. nieSoW will fall. Spike all the way over to the front of sight now, but the kills are going in favor of SUMN here.
Yeah, loWel, the last one alive. He can do some work. 13 seconds, though. How much does he have to do with this? 10, none. Mistic did everything for them then.
And I love that. Again, SUMN just holding the line. They're happy to sit all the way back, wait for Heretics to try and find that entry, and they never got it.
Looking at the kill distribution as well. AvovA, he was having a rough time on that first half. Constant pressure coming his way. He hasn't quite found that form that I was hoping to see. But on the other side, of course, much different display from map 1. SUMN looking way more individually comfortable here.
And again, scrappy reinvestment back in from Heretics. The Marshal on the board, a couple of Sheriffs. So still trying to convert something out of here. A heavy push towards mid, actually. Potentially the turret over on Boiler going to give away the gig. And doma now with a nice little wall to get himself an off angle. Underneath tube. Boaster, freest kill you'll ever find. tsack elsewhere will find nukkye.
How did he get AvovA there? No call of information from loWel, but loWel just, it's only baiting if you don't clutch, so we'll see what happens. nieSoW's still alive as well. Boaster just kind of lingering around. Definitely heard steps, definitely knows his players around, just has to be careful to not give up too much here. You don't want to get into an uncomfortable position, but they want to close that net, and they're going to. loWel now going to hear the steps, though. tsack does find nieSoW, leaving loWel. Your last one alive here, surrounded. Good night, Boaster. It's going to get it, and yeah, they played that very well. The timing was just right.
Yeah, again, really, really nice angles to hold on to any threat that comes through mid. Obviously, that wall up from doma to hold on to control underneath tube, but really, really good stuff defensively here from SUMN. Again, we'll wait for the full buy round. Right now, it looks like maybe Mo and Boaster are going to hold on to the SMGs. And a bit of life, as you can see on the face of Boaster here.
They needed this. You could see that they were a little flat on map 1. The fundamentals weren't there. The individuals weren't there. These, you know, it was a little unfortunate, but double digits now in map 2. More competitive, 5 rounds against them, but early ult being popped here. Where is that? Okay, towards A, so A's under wraps, I guess, for now. That's not like the early intention coming out from the attacking side. They are taking a scrap towards B long. We do see a pick coming in. nieSoW going to be forced to fight, or either wall can be placed, but a pixel out of place and say goodnight, doma. And nieSoW looks to want to take this for.
We didn't see that, don't worry.
Poor little Boombot doing the best it can. 3v3 now. Let's see where pAura's going. Spike to be retrieved. And it looks like heading towards B, at least for now.
pAura actually got his lockdown as well, so we know how big a factor that can be. loWel going to get nukkye back on his feet. As I was just saying, the lockdown, especially over on B site, you can make it almost impossible if you can run the clock down to get this spike diffused in. nieSoW very, very close. pAura going to get the spike down close by, but actually some damage coming through the Radianite crate there just next to default. And they will find it. Boaster actually finds that again, yeah. Yeah,
straight spamming that spot. You cannot plant there. They are so prepared for this. 30 seconds now. Everyone's congregating on the side. nieSoW's got to make a play happen. And look at those angles. This is not favorable at all. nieSoW is going to try and do it again. nukkye bails him out from one, but he needs more. They need some safety, some security. And Mo gives them none of that. Spam on the wall, up and over, but it's Boaster to do it. loWel now left in a 1v2. Gets the sick work from loWel at the very end. Someone just had to stay alive, but you cannot escape his eyes.
No, I think that came down to Boaster kind of swinging on that. And Mo was so keen to try and trade it, but all they had to do was back up. There was no chance they were going to be able to get the spike down there. So a little bit of a hiccup, if I'm honest, from SUMN FC, not reading the clock effectively.
Yeah, hopefully we get a little look back at that Red Bull clutch coming in. That was actually pretty solid. And this is where we went. I hoped that they'd back away. I mean, Mo's kind of dead at this point, but jumping on that?
6 HP. Yeah. I think desperation play. I mean, it comes down to just being so keen to trade Boaster when he swings. I guess he hears the gunshots and tries to make something work.
And now 10 to 6. The window's open. It's just, you know, a little breeze is coming through for Heretics, but it's not much right now. This has been SUMN's map, and we now see the op coming out for Mo. We're seeing nukkye looking for something, but Mo's the first one to strike. And there's a follow-up as well. This is Heretics getting caught off guard. They had no idea what they were walking into.
Jack finding a load of damage through the edge there with a nano swarm onto that. AvovA actually swings out with the Bulldog, finds the headshot, and 3 members of Heretics are actually going to get themselves up into kitchen. AvovA got to be careful there because he saw doma. See all the way over in the spawn. Sorry, it wasn't doma. It was doma over in the corner here. He's walled himself back.
Yeah, this is awkward though because those paint shots can really hurt. Doma needs to back away. Does have the heal, does have the res. Okay, SUMN kind of getting themselves out of trouble here because this was looking a little rough around the edges. nieSoW's found another Boaster. Where are you? Your team needs you right now, and they are not getting the help they need. I think AvovA just popped the ult as well, potentially. I'm not too sure. I don't see it, but definitely heard it. Yeah, there it is. Excuse me. Now, Mistic trying to work the way back in, but you can see these angles. They are hard. They are trading. If he gets contact on one, the other will swing. I think he knows that.
Looking like they're opting to peel back a little bit. Again, that Viper ultimate coming down, and because of the way B works, again, you can cut off so much control because it's these tight little alleyways that lead through. It makes it very, very difficult to retake. This one's going to be a 7th on the board for Heretics, but I mean, I like it initially. You know, that hold over on Tube, attack in particular, in terms of utility and finding that damage, but Heretics just looked to kind of overwhelm him there in that kitchen position.
Okay, this is Heretics now bounding back a little bit here. Need to see SUMN get a grip of this. You don't want to get that confidence building for Heretics because we know what can happen. This is meant to be the map for SUMN. They're at double digits though, so they are very close to getting across that finish line, but Heretics will have a better buy here. AvovA played very well even with that Bulldog. Surprised he made so much of that. Hasn't been a big game for him. Same for pAura. I'm looking at pAura to step up. Obviously a Killjoy, maybe, you know, more for utility than anything at the moment, but I would like to see a bit more. We know what pAura can do when he gets going. It's more, we know how good he is. Little set piece there just to deny that mid-peak if required. I like that. It's got intention to it. But a slower start for Heretics this time. Taking map control.
I was going to say, Mo is actually tucked underneath Boiler in front of it. So very aggressive angle here. We're used to seeing Jetts in spots like that. It's the one and done. Get out of jail free card. See if we can find anything off it. pAura once again, maybe looking to position here for the lockdown for this A hit. But Spike's still back in spawn. Seeing if anybody from SUMN looking to get aggressive here, and now with that audio cue, maybe Mo is going to hunt as well. Actually, somebody going to walk into it. AvovA just looked away at the last second. Will cost him his life.
You can see why mid is such an imperative area to control, be it with your Viper wall or however you want to approach it. You have to address it. You cannot leave it as a potential problem. And Heretics really slow on this one, taking plenty of time. No rush here. Wall goes down. doma made a touch of noise, whether or not they heard enough of it. Let's see what they do with approach. Okay, good tag. But that's information found. doma does not need to take this fight just yet.
30 seconds left.
And it looks like, yeah, they're going to commit to this one. Okay. doma going to stick around for this. He's got some help here. nieSoW's found Jack, though. That's not what they wanted. That was not meant to be how this goes. doma now is surrounded. nieSoW is coming online, ladies and gents. That's 2 big picks on the site.
And he actually destroyed the lockdown as well, so that's crucial. Plant comes in, 11 seconds left, but they will get it down now. And the important thing to consider is actually pAura has his lockdown in response, should they need it. A 3v3 now.
Revealing area.
Boaster going to put the recon dart out, see if he gets any information off it, but he's tunneled into yellow right now. The slow warp going to buy a little bit of time, but it doesn't actually block all the way off.
Yeah, but it forces him on the wide angle, and nukkye's going to be perfectly happy with taking that fight. No trade available yet. Mo found loWel, actually. Tell a lie. And now Mistic's going to come over here. We do see the ult being kind of played around with. Whose is that? It's Mo's! Just swings across, leaving pAura in the 1v2. I wanted more from him. And we're going to need to see it now. They're on the spike. They're defusing right now. He gets the shot on one, but he tries to spray on the spike defuse. Time is of the essence, but they get it in time.
A little bit of a misplay there from pAura. The positioning of the lockdown way too exposed there. And you can see Mo just swings out on it with the Blade Storm, takes that for free. And I mean, the other mistake there is pAura not swinging onto Mo when he's tunneled onto that lockdown. So a little bit interesting there. I like the fact they were willing to invest it, but no protection really around that. nieSoW did absolutely fantastic work here. See, just a nuisance getting in there and ended up destroying the lockdown as well, which kind of opened up the site for Heretics.
Okay. SUMN grinding this out. The money, it's getting worked down, but they are still very much able to get a buy here. A little lighter than they'd like, and it looks like early aggression going to be toyed with doma. Lucky to be alive.
Actually, looking like
they're going to press this.
Yeah, they're pressuring all the way for Mo. It's come all the way back onto B site.
Man's looking stylish on this, but now going to have that vision just obscured for a second, long enough to potentially get a plant, and doma can't stop this. Nice plant coming in, very, very fast-paced though. Going to leave them in a post-plant 5v5.
It's huge, a very, very quick hit coming out onto B site. And actually, Boaster still trailing through mid right now, actually back over towards the spawn. You can see Heretics have come all the way back. I'm looking towards AvovA. Maybe he's got a lineup for this. The wall is still a factor here, can cut off all these sight lines for SUMN FC.
They need a pick.
They need to push forward, yeah.
There we go, Boaster again. It's always Boaster. He gets them in this one, but nieSoW instantly trades it back. Quick little nade. He's defusing. Oh, they couldn't get him off it. Mistic did the dirty to him.
I mean, maybe there was too much chaos there, maybe too much audio clutter, but he literally just sat on it. nieSoW finds 2 kills in response, and the third eventually, but what?
We take those. We get to 12 on those. And that's going to be frustrating for the likes of Heretics. That was a pretty decent round for them. They were on the site. Okay, yeah, Boaster did really well initially, but there was the instant trade back in. But that defuse is going to haunt them now.
Oh, for sure. I mean, that's super frustrating with so many people still alive to just have, I mean, somebody just stick the defuse inside there. They had the wall as well. Mo, once again, looking in the early round to find some value off this operation. He's got to get away from that boom bot.
doma, you don't get to do this twice, surely not. But Mo's baiting him in again. If he gets away with this, this would be unbearable. This would be tilt-worthy. They check it, but it's too little, too late. SUMN are holding on, but nieSoW again! What? This man will not relent. He will not bend. But a 3v2 it's not over yet. Again on the site. They fumbled it. Jack has punished them. And this is surely SUMN picking up map 2 here. pAura called upon to save the side. Mistic and Jack against him. Information dwindling now. Gonna find a bit of information. He's gonna find the barrel of the gun, and SUMN getting across the finish line in map 2.
In convincing fashion as well. I mean, Mistic sent out a tweet saying, that's us on our weakest point, hinting effectively to bouncing back here on Icebox, and that's absolutely what they've done. It's the perfect response after getting absolutely torn apart on Ascent. SUMN looked really, really good, and the one thing that's reassuring, I talked about